Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. Chair, you are quorum. You may proceed. Thank you.
Okay. But yeah, I'm getting sound very, very faint here on the side. But I think good morning to the members of the Budget Committee. It is now 8 o'clock on today, the 19th of March 2026. This is a meeting of the Budget Committee that is preceding the sitting today. And I wish to welcome all members. I'm Leon van Wyk, the chair of the committee, and I think just to give all the members, the honourable members, an opportunity then just to introduce themselves for the record, and then we can get down to the business of the day, which we should be able to handle fairly quickly. So over to you. Thank you.
Morning, Chairperson. Dave Bryant, member of the committee.
Benedicta van Midden, member of the committee.
French Mbombo, member of the committee.
Tozama Tsakong.
Thank you all there. I can hear you at only hear you, even though my sound appears to be up at maximum. So I'm not sure what is taking place. But I think if we could then move to the issue of the day, where we need to just take note of all of the votes that have taken place in each of the preceding meetings over the last few days, and then do that for the record there for us. And thank you. That is then flighted, and there we've got the vote 1, which is for Premier and Constitutional Matters. And there we have, it has been voted with a minority view expressed by the ANC. I think we can move to the next one. That is Parliamentary Oversight Committee being vote 2. And there once again the vote has been taken with minority view being expressed by the African National Congress, the Patriotic Alliance, and the National Colour Congress. Thank you. So that is this vote 2. Vote 3 is Provincial Treasury, which was the last vote that we had, where once again the support for the vote was expressed, with the African National Congress and Al Jamar expressing their minority view. Thank you. We move to vote 4, which is the Standing Committee on Police Oversight, Community Safety, Cultural Affairs and Sport. And the vote 4 was Police Oversight and Community Safety. Support for the vote, with African National Congress expressing minority view to not support. Thank you. We move to vote 5, which is Education. Support for the vote, with the African National Congress expressing a minority view to not support. Thank you. Vote 6 is Health and Wellness. Supporting the vote, with African National Congress expressing minority view to not support the vote. Thank you. Vote 7 is before us, Social Development. Support for the vote, African National Congress expressing minority view to not support the vote. Thank you. That means we are halfway through. Vote 8 is Western Cape Mobility Department. Supporting the vote, African National Congress expressing minority view to not support the vote. We move to vote 9, which is the Environmental Affairs and Development Planning. And support for the vote, African National Congress expressing minority view to not support the vote. Thank you. We move to vote 10, which is infrastructure, committee supporting the vote. African National Congress expressing its minority view to not support the vote. Thank you. We move to vote 11, which is economic development and tourism. Let's just check. Then I think that's vote 11 is agriculture, in fact. Yes, agriculture reports that it supports the votes, and African National Congress and Al Jamaa expressed a minority view to not support the vote. We move to vote 12, which is then economic development and tourism, and African National Congress and Al Jamaa expressing a minority view to not support the vote. Vote number 13 relates to cultural affairs and sport, and there the committee supported the vote, and African National Congress expressed its minority view to not support the vote. Thank you. And we move to number 14, which is the vote on local government. Committee supports the vote, and African National Congress expressed its minority view to not support the vote. So that then concludes all of those committees and all of the departments that have presented their budgets. So I think as committee, we then have taken note of those, and we then need to move forward to the overall vote for this budget committee to express its view on whether it supports the vote and votes in favor of the vote. So I think if I can move directly then to ask the members to raise their hands if they are in support of the vote, but I have a procedural officer, if you could perhaps just advise us there.
Chairperson, yes, the committee will be considering the bill in totality, not the vote.
Could you just speak up, because as I've said,
Can you
I'm
hear me now?
not hearing.
Can you hear me now, Chair? Hello?
Hello.
Chair?
Ms. Kamish Ahmed, we can hear you. I think it might just be the chairperson's computer.
Oh, maybe I'll message him. Thank you.
I'm not hearing you, unfortunately.
Member Brian, can somebody just
I'm
speak?
saying that we're supporting the vote, and I'm accordingly then looking for hands to be able to support the vote. So those who are in support of the overall vote, please raise your hands. I think, yes, certainly there's a sound. Yes, it is the bill at this stage, and therefore I'm just looking to check what is the next process that we need to do, that the budget committee then is in support of the bill before it. Procedural officer, can you please clarify, because I've got no sound on my side.
Chairperson, if you can hear me, Or if the members can hear me, there are members that have their hand up. So to support or not support the bill.
So I think, as I understand it, we have the hands are up to support the bill. So I see we have 4 hands to support the bill. And does that then in effect mean that there will then be a minority view on those who are not supporting the bill? And as I have that would then be the African National Congress and the EFF are indicating that they are not in support of the bill. Procedural officer.
Chairperson, all the votes, there were minority views on the votes, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there is a minority view if there is none expressed at this meeting on the totality of the bill. So there is 4. If there's no opposition or minority view on the vote on the bill, we do not have to register that minority view if there's none on the bill, on the overall bill.
So
today.
we are just at this stage expressing a view then that there is support for the bill before us today.
Correct, Chairperson.
Okay, right. I think just if that is all
Sorry,
that we
Chair.
need.
Sorry, Chair. Must we also raise our hands, because I was expecting that after those that are in support, you are going to call those that are not in support. I just need a clarity on that.
Are you in support of the bill?
No, I'm not in support.
You're not in support of the bill.
Yes.
Right. I don't know, it's extremely difficult when there's no sound to try and
Chairperson, I will flight the report.
I think if you can
And
flight the
remember-
report then, procedural officer.
Yes, and then the members can agree and adopt, consider and adopt the report. Just hold, just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. So I'm going to read out the report of the Budget Committee on the Western Cape Appropriation Bill B1/2026, dated 19 March 2026. The Budget Committee reports that it has concluded its deliberations on the Western Cape Appropriation Bill B1/2026, referred to the committee in accordance with Rule 188, and that it supports the bill. We do not need to indicate a minority view at this stage, except for stating there, in accordance with Standing Rule 90, the EFF expressed its minority view to not support the bill. I see Member Stoffel, your hand is up. If you can go ahead, bearing in mind that I can only hear very, very faintly. Okay, I'm not hearing Member Stoffel at all. So I think if she is expressing the view that the ANC is also expressing a minority view, if we could just add that. Okay, That seems to be the... Okay. That according to what my interpretation is, that the EFF and the African National Congress have expressed its minority view to not support the bill. So I think that, as I understand it, that then concludes the business of this meeting. I must apologize for this sound problem, but I think if we can get IT to just have a look at my laptop as soon as possible, please. Okay, and I think that then brings this meeting then to a conclusion. If we've covered all of our business, procedural officer. There seems to be an indication that I will need to sign this, which is fine. So I think that then brings our meeting to a conclusion. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
we've got the Chair. Hello.
Yes.
We've got minutes to adopt of the 12th of March. I will screen that now. Share it.
Okay. Have you got the minutes from the meeting of the 12th of March, you say?
Wasima Musa, can you just share those minutes, please?
Just give me a sec. Sorry for the delay. I'm going to share it now. There's just a little bit of a technical delay on my side.
Apologies, I'm still not hearing. Right, we've got the minutes now of the 12th of March that are on the screen for us, which was the meeting where we received a briefing on the appropriation bill that was laid on the table last Thursday. And we, as indicated, we had a briefing by Provincial Treasury, and we had then also noted the request on dealing with the getting further information based on that briefing, which included the stats from the labour survey, and then also the points as set out the Western Cape Trading Partners, and on the bus rapid transport contract, and the foot and mouth disease, the report on the amount that had been reserved for vaccine procurement, and those details. And then further dealing with the resolutions, we had agreed to submit a request for further submissions on the Bureau in providing us with a little bit more detail, and therefore allowing us then to explore a little bit further. So I think that is the minutes before us. And if we could then ask for the adoption of the minutes there by a show of hands, we would wish to adopt those minutes if they are believed to be correct. So I'm looking for a show of hands. members? Not sure if you're hearing me. Would one of the members be able to give us a show of hands? Thank you, Member Bryant, and Member Stoffel then proposing and seconding those minutes. Thank you very much for that. And I think that would probably mean that we have covered the business of this meeting, and then accordingly we can adjourn the meeting. Thank you very much.